Welcome to Built on Faith Homestead. This is like the third or fourth time I've tried to record this because if I'm not careful, I will use words that will get me banned once again off of YouTube for a short time. And so I'm trying to word this in such a way that will keep me from getting another strike on YouTube. But I do want to say this. In this video today, I'm going to discuss, all the people years ago even that said, hey, the powers to be of the world are going to want to make you have some form of identification where they can control like your movement and whether or not you can buy or sell. You know, there's this thing called the Bible that was written like a long time ago, and it says something to the effect of one of these days everybody's going to have to honor this leader by taking his mark so that they'll be able to buy and sell and live life basically as you know it today. And I know you wrote all those people off and you said, those people are all nuts. All these tinfoil hat conspiracy theory, believing nonsense, crazy website reading, and then you got the crazy Christians on top of all of it. They're all nuts, and that's never going to happen, and they're all just making this stuff up for whatever reason. First of all, I want to ask you, what would we have to gain, or what would anybody have to gain by making that kind of stuff up, other than maybe a few followers on the YouTubes? If you think that the people that have said, hey, the powers to be of this world, the leaders of this world, they will not want, why would they want to do that? Let me show you this right here. What you just seen was what the G20, at the G20 summit, where the world's countries get together and talk about how we need to live our life. They got together and they said, hey, you know what? Everybody needs this digital health certificate. That way, when the next pandemic, the next pestilence, if you will, shows up, we can keep the world going. We can keep the economy going because we will know everybody that's had a shot in the arm. We will know everybody that has been properly tested and vetted. That continue, they'll be able to basically continue the economy because we'll be able to track everybody and we'll know who is being a good citizen and who is not. See, you really got to be careful with this. So, that being said, you can deny and deny and deny and deny all you want to. You can say, hey, this is all for good reasoning. And I can come up with lots of good reasons why this might be a good thing for people, right? However, in that, then you would have to believe that the powers to be of this world truly have your best interest in mind whenever they have failed over and over and over and over and over and over again. Let me put it to you this way. If somebody lied to you, not just once, but twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 10 times every election cycle, would you continue to believe that person? Or would you say, you know what? I don't think this person has my best interest in mind. The idea, and especially, can I talk to Christians for just a minute? Especially you Christians out there, right? I'm a Christian, preacher, a pastor, right? Serve the Lord with all that I have. Do the very best that I can. I fail a lot, but I try to do the best that I can. You Christians out there that are denying that any of this is going on. Why? Because the Bible teaches us these things are going to go on. The Bible teaches us that eventually we're going to come under a one world system, if you will. A one world government is what people typically say. And that there'll be a leader of this world that tries to make sure that you receive his mark so that you can buy and sell. The Bible teaches that very plainly, very clearly. There's not any guesstimation. It's not like, well, maybe or maybe not. That's what it teaches. And if the Bible teaches that the world is eventually going to come to this, then why would we as Christians see it coming to that and go, nah, don't worry about it. Right? That ain't happening. These people are nuts. You're just denying the Bible. You might as well be denying, if you're going to deny part of it, you might as well deny all of it, right? So, here's what I'm going to say. Especially you Christians out there, right? Pay attention to these things. Know what's going on. The Pharisees, they got in trouble, right? Why did they get in trouble? One of the reasons they got in trouble was they were not able to discern the time that they lived in. Jesus said you can discern the sky. You know, when it's red in the morning, you're going to have bad weather. Whenever it is red of an evening, you're going to have good weather. However, you can't discern the time that you live in. And most of us can't discern the time that we live in because we're unwilling to see it. We just simply cannot believe that the world could possibly be as evil as the Bible teaches that it will be. However, whenever the Bible is becoming true over and over and over and over and over and over again, at some point in time, you can no longer deny that those things are going on. Now, let me tell you a little story about a young man that was doing some studying as soon as he first started serving the Lord. And this young man was shown how that the entertainment industry was doing all of these symbolic Satan worship things, right? And this young man seen one or two of them and started saying, you know what, surely this is just a coincidence. They don't really know what they're doing. But then when it was superstar after superstar after Super Bowl after Super Bowl after superstar after superstar, the young man finally said, how much longer am I going to write this off as coincidence and say somebody knows what they are doing, whether it's the entertainer or not? Somebody understands what is going on here. Therefore, I said, you know what? Let me rephrase this. This young man said, you know what? No, I said, you know what? There's more than coincidence occurring here. Whenever people spoke about things like ID 2020, whenever the latest pandemic occurred, and people said, you are nuts, that's not going to be a problem, don't worry about it, it's not even feasible, possible, doable, all those kinds of things. Even though people would say, hey, look at who's funding this is the most powerful, wealthy people on the planet, people would go, no, that's just crazy, right? Tinfoil hat stuff. Yet here we are just a couple years later, and according to the G20 summit leaders, they want to follow the WHO. And who is the WHO? The WHO is the World Health Organization. It is the health department, if you will, of the UN. And what is the UN? The UN is the governing body for what? All of the countries of the world, basically making it what? The one world government. Clear as mud, right? Therefore, I believe with all of my heart that it is probably smart for you to learn how to do a few things if you don't want to receive a health certificate, a digital health certificate, so that you can, live this life. I'm not saying it's the mark of the beast. However, I'm not going to say it's not. We will wait for the Lord to reveal. But I do want to say this. At a very minimum, the world is being set for this stage. We appreciate you guys watching, and we will catch you next time.